Hello everyone. Hope you're doing great. Since we have promised you that we will bring something good for you. So here we are, offering you a perfect resume building video. You might be thinking of the fact that how to make an effective resume, how you can do so. So here is the video that provides the solution to this problem. When you sit for an interview in the company, the prerequisite is that you must have your resume in hand. Even when you have jobs with you, having an updated resume is the most important thing. So you might be thinking of the fact that why companies ask for this document. Let me make one thing very clear to you. There are some companies that offer resume shortlisting. That is, shortlisting the students only on the basis of their resume, because it gives them the hint of what the student actually is or how the working professional has worked till date. If your resume is not that effective to the audience, then you might miss out the chance in the first round itself, because some rounds are resume listing rounds, as I have already mentioned. Unfortunately, this resume building is the most difficult thing that a student finds. But why? The question arises why this is most difficult. The reason lies in the real fact that either we do not have any sort of achievements that we could write in this paper, or we have so much of them that we find it difficult to have summed up in one page. So this video will let you know how to make an effective resume to create an impact at the first instant itself. I'll let you know the step-by-step procedure that you need to follow in order to make a brilliant and the most powerful resume. There are n number of sites available on which you can make your resume. I'll give you the structure of the resume and then you can mold that structure accordingly to fit in yours. There are certain points that you need to take care of. The most important thing is do not extend your resume to more than one page. It creates a bad impact of you that you are not able to sum up your entire personality, entire being, entire achievements in one page. You should be crisp, clear. Therefore, do not extend your resume to more than one page. Then comes another important thing, your name. Your name should be completely visible. It is something that you should be proud of, and that should be reflected on the resume itself. Therefore, type your name clearly and in bold letters. Then, you need to add your short description, as in the entire summary. Then comes the another important aspect is adding your contact details. Write your phone number. I do not want to see your address on the resume because the interviewer is not at all interested where you live, the house number, and so on. Mention the important things that gives an identification to you. So, write your phone number, write your email address. Guys, please note that your email address should be a decent one. Do not use abrupt email IDs because it creates very bad impression. Apart from these two things, make sure in order to look more professional, add your LinkedIn profile, add your GitHub profile, or any of the websites that you have built up till now. LinkedIn profile is must. If you haven't made your LinkedIn profile yet, immediately go to LinkedIn and make your profile. Another important thing that comes into picture is writing your achievements. If you are already working, you need to add your work details in descending order, as in the latest company that you have worked with needs to be mentioned first. You need to add your company name, your designation that you hold in that company, duration that you have worked for in that particular company. It should be in months or in years. If you want, you can add one-line description about what the company does. It is completely up to you. If you want to add, you may add. You may leave as well. As earlier mentioned, then you need to add your achievements. Achievements like if you are already working in the company, then write the achievements that you have achieved in that company. Like if you are working in a sales company, then your achievement would be that you have achieved this target within a time span of these many months and so on. Then you need to mention about the trainings, the internships that you have undergone during your college days. Don't forget to enlist the projects that you have worked upon. If you are already a working person, then enlist the projects that you have worked upon in that company. If you're not working, then in this, mention the projects that you have worked upon in the college days. If you're giving your resume for a technical company, make sure that you add a section of technical skills to it, wherein you need to mention about the framework that you have worked upon, the languages that you are comfortable with, or any other stuff that you feel like adding as in your skill. You're more than welcome to do so. Skills may vary differently upon the job for which you're applying. Therefore, be very, very clever while mentioning your skill. Read the job description very carefully and try to match the description with the skills that you possess. Make sure that you mention your abilities that you are capable of doing, as in the template that I have given. I have mentioned my ability is that I am good at speaking, I am an event planner, and so on accordingly. Learn what your abilities are and write down in the resume. Then, if you are in college, then you need to mention about the position of responsibilities that was given to you during your college days. Out here, you can mention about the extracurricular activities that you have participated in. The last comes about your academic profile that again needs to go in the descending order, wherein you need to mention about the current degree that you hold. Then, progressing backwards, mention about the 12th grade, as in from which school you did your 12th, the percentage you achieved there, year of passing, and the same goes for 10th grade as well. If the marks are good, do mention them. If they're not up to the mark, do not mention them. Otherwise, no need of creating a negative impact. So, in this manner, if you create your resume, there's nothing at all that you're leaving, and there is nothing that you are adding extra. So, this is the example of the resume that is perfectly good to go. Make sure that you write your name in bold letters as mentioned here. In the personal profile section, I have added 3 key points, wherein claiming that I am an avid learner and I am an efficient quality-driven professional who is interested in exploring new things. This sums up to the fact that if a particular task is given to you, you would do that with enthusiasm because you are good at exploring things. Then comes the other fact that you are focused on boosting efficiency and performance. Then comes the third point. If you want, you can add, you can leave this as well. This was the additional trait that I had, so I mentioned it in the personal profile. Then comes the contact details section. You write your email, you write your mobile number, you write your date of birth, LinkedIn profile. Since I didn't have my GitHub account, I didn't mention that. You may add place or you do not. You are good to leave the place as well. Then comes the third section, which is the abilities. Abilities as in can be written in this manner only if it seems okay to you. Otherwise, you're good to change the abilities according to your own ones. I have written that I am able to analyze things well. I am good at public speaking. I can do manage things well. I have interpersonal skills and so on. I am the event planner. I am always motivated towards doing certain tasks and so on. Then whatever extracurricular activity that you have done in the college, whatever responsibilities that were shouldered to you, make sure that you mention them very clearly. Do not fill this tab with too much information, rather than give precise information here, but it should be worthy enough. Like I have served as a convener 2 times, so I mentioned that as well. I have won an event in IIT Roorkee, so that was important for me, so I mentioned that as well. Then these are the 2 things that I held in the college level itself, that I was the deputy head, and then I was the members of 2 consecutive societies, one being the techno-managerial and the other being the cultural. So I mentioned them accordingly. You may have your position of responsibilities different than mine. Do mention them without any second thought, because this add on to the stars of your resume. Then again, as I mentioned, that if you are mentioning the technical skills, make sure that you write all the languages that you're aware of, the frameworks, and anything extra. Like out here I've mentioned HTML, CSS, C, JavaScript. So if you are adept at these, you can mention them. One thing, if you have too many technical skills, Just don't fill this tab with too much technical skills. Rather than filter out some of the technical skills that you are good at and write those within 6 to 7 points. Nothing more than that. Alright, then try to mention the projects. If you can extend this project section, this would add on to another star, because this is something interviewers want. They want their employees to do work in many projects. So out here I have majorly mentioned 5 projects. If you have done around 7 to 8 projects, you are good to go. Just do not describe them in an elaborative manner, rather than in condensed format. Then comes the academic profile. I already told you, do this in the descending order. Like, firstly, I have pursued my BTech. Since my aggregate percentage was not that bad, so I thought of writing them. So I wrote my percentage, I wrote my year of study. Then for my 12th, I wrote that I took science. Then I completed it in 2017. I mentioned the college, the board affiliated, and then the percentage. Again, don't write best 4 or 5. Like in the ICSE board, there's a format that they take out top 4 marks and they calculate the percentage accordingly. So do not do that. Kindly calculate your aggregated percentage. So again, mention your 10th standard similar to the standard that you followed in 12th, that is mentioning your year of completion, your board, college affiliated, and then the percentage. Do mention the trainings that you have completed. Again, it creates a positive impact. So do not hesitate to mention any trainings. Like I have done 4 trainings around, so I mentioned 4 of them. If you have done more than 4 trainings, then you are good to mention that as well. So I hope that we are done with the section. This is the entire resume. You can pause the video, have a look at it, see what you can add, see what you can delete, and accordingly adjust the resume. I already told you, I have provided you the skeleton. It's up to you how you mold that according to you. So you are good to go carrying this resume, and this will surely leave a positive image of yours in front of the interviewer. And never forget the fact that we should always strive for better. There's always a source of improvement. So if anything that you feel like you can add on to this resume, you are good to go, as I have already mentioned umpteen number of times. So all the very best. May you be successful in all the future endeavors. Bye bye.